returned once again today to deliver another stream of Hinamatsuri. On this stream, we are covering episode 7 of Hinamatsuri. And as we know, last week's episode was... Oh boy, last week's episode was quite emotional. Like, really, it was. It was one of those cathartic episodes that, when you put it in perspective, it's both depressing, but it's kind of very bittersweet at the exact same time. It works in both contexts, which is why I love this show so much. It's because it has that kind of dual layers to it that I actually kind of appreciate. Still, it was freaking depressing, I must say. I was just like, wow. And even they changed the ending as well. I was just like, wow. All right, guys, just wanna kill my emotions once again. I just got over Sangatsu. I don't need more depression in my life, but I got that last week. So hopefully this week's episode isn't so kind of depressing. Hopefully we get some happy times with Anzu's character, and hopefully we get a Hitomi justice as well, because if that's the case, that'd be great. Oh yeah, because that's the other thing. Nita actually said that Hina's now his daughter as well, so there's that. It's all go in Hinamatsuri when you think about it. It's all go. It's all go, as they say. Right, so it's put on Twitter. Gone alive for Hina Matsuri episode 7. There we are. Right, okay, so it's always a bit late on this stream. Just something happened. I had to go and fix everything up, and it was just kind of... I had to go fix everything up. It was actually kind of confusing, but in the end it was actually fixed. I was like, sweet. Oh yeah, didn't Isamu get beaten up just, like, recently? Yeah, so I was thinking, didn't Isamu just get, like, drained by Thor in Nocturne? I swear Isamu got hit by Thor. Well, this must be a surreal thing to walk into a stream and hear. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Thor just beat down Isamu. I was like, yeah, it does. It's Nocturne. Nocturne's crazy. Play it. It's freaking great. It's freaking crazy. Anyway, enough talk of really freaking good Shin Megami Tensei games. Let's get the show on the road. So in 3, 2, 1, it's been episode 7. Now. I mean, damn, this show is so freaking great. Anzu's a great character. She's probably the best character there, I think, besides Hitomi. It's kind of weird when you think about it. It's because Hina's one of the main characters. She's kind of the star of the show. But in theory, Anzu just kind of I don't know. Anzu just works just so much more, I think. Well, I just think they all work. It's the thing. They all kind of work. I mean, it's nice that she actually has a place now, but it's one of those things. Is at a cost of leaving the people that she actually kind of had as friends and actually respected. But it's bittersweet when you think about it, because no one will forget her. So it's actually kind of a nice way to kind of end the whole entire arc off. Hello, I thought, at least. It's one of those things. It was a nice way to end the whole entire arc. It's a very good show. Like, very good. It had a very interesting start, I think. It kind of started off a little bit rocky, and as it got its footing, it started to get a lot better. Oh man, she's so adorable. She actually kind of keeps everything she learnt beforehand. It's actually kind of, it's really nice. Everything that she'd learned before, she keeps going with. It's actually really freaking cool. I like how it kind of contrasts both lives. I think it's actually really freaking neat. It does it in such a way. It actually feels very very like structurally significant to how it actually is done. That's what I quite like about it. Oh man. Hello! I can't believe in a space of like 7 weeks we got to the point where she wants power. This is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. Oh. I want her to win. I actually want her to win. Poor Hitomi. Poor Hitomi. Poor Hitomi. Poor Hitomi. Oh man. Oh man. I mean, it was kind of a depressing ending, but it's one of those things. Again, it's kind of it's sad on the surface, but on a deeper level, it's kind of like it's sort of you understand what was going on. It's one of those things. It's not like overtly depressing. Nita did lose it at the end. He lost it. The man's gone into identity crisis. We've got to save the man. The man needs to be saved. But it wasn't. it wasn't like overtly kind of like it wasn't as depressing as last week's episode, which is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm crying my eyes out. No, because it kind of it was sad that she didn't go with him in the end, but it's one of those things that you can tell that she actually respected the relationship that she had between that Hina has with Nita. Is what I was trying to say. Man, I couldn't say the words correctly. She respects it too much that she didn't want to get in the middle of it. So you can understand where she was coming from as well. It's one of those things. It's kind of sad, but you can see that it's one of those things that maybe as time goes on now, even without her being there, they actually can in theory grow a bond even deeper than what they have currently. It's one of those things. It's depressing, but it's got a kind of a nice outlook for the future. Which is what I like about this show as well. It's one of those shows that it never really kind of ends on like this overtly depressing note. It can be you're crying your eyes out, but it always has like a nicer future, if you get what I mean. It's one of those things that I actually kind of like. It's not always sad. It's sad, but it's one of those you understand it's actually a kind of a horizon that's actually better for them in the future, like coming along. Which is what this show really needs sometimes, because this show does, in theory, really, really hit you straight in the heart. It's one of those things that it needs that kind of catharsis, but it does do that quite often, I think. Even more often than I actually kind of imagine. It's like, it kind of teeters into the Gintama territory of being overtly depressing, but at the same time having a really, really nice outlook for the future sometimes. That's what I kind of like about this show as well. But really, the main star of the show was Anzu again. Anzu's character is fantastic. You can't help but love her because of where she came from, the way that she actually kind of sees the world as in right now. And I actually kind of like that because every single little thing that she had beforehand is kind of like doubled or tripled, and she actually can't actually accept the fact that actually all these things are here. And it's actually kind of nice because even though other people take it as an insult, she doesn't take it as an insult because she hasn't seen this much stuff in her lifetime. And it's kind of nice to see her actually finally see all these things. I mean, as I said last week, it was one of those things that, yeah, the ending was depressing because she lost the people she respected, but it's one of those things that it's not overtly depressing because they won't forget her, and the future she's got now is even brighter than beforehand. She actually has a home. She's a home that she actually can go to that's actually kind of got warm water and everything like that. It's nice. It's a nice little kind of way to end off a whole entire arc and just start a new arc for her, and I think it's actually kind of a nice way that actually structured her character, especially this week's episode as well, when they actually kind of managed to juxtapose Hina's character with her. You actually can tell the differences in her character and the way that she was brought up compared to Hina. And I actually kind of like that because it brings in certain things about how Nita is as a parent at this stage. It's one of those things that's actually kind of it's a nice little kind of juxtaposition between the both of them, and I think it's actually kind of nicely structured, especially in this episode as well. I thought, okay, you did a really freaking good job there. But really, it was fantastic to see. It's fantastic to see her just kind of have a place to go to now, and actually now she's warming up to it. I think it's actually kind of sweet. It's a bittersweet ending, I think, because yeah, she's lost the people she has, but at the same time, she's not forgetting them because at the end of the episode, or end of her part of the episode, she's like, I will actually work hard, don't worry, and you can actually tell even they won't forget her as well. So it's a nice little kind of recurring thing, and I don't think the show actually kind of get rid of that whole entire plot point. And I think at one point that actually might bring back the character that she actually shared time with as well, because it's one of those things I believe that possibly actually might be a time when they meet again. It has to be, because it's written in the stars, as they say. But yeah, I mean, Hina's side of the story was actually kind of fun because it's one of those things that I mean, she wants a mother. It's actually kind of depressing the way that the episode was actually kind of going to a close. The way that Nita was actually really bigging up the whole entire thing. It felt much like how another show would do it. How a show would actually kind of say, look, I will do this right now. I'm going to go there. I'm going to actually get a wife and everything like that. And actually, in the end, most shows, they actually do get the wife or the husband. And here, it's like, no, it's not that at all. And I actually quite like that because it's actually kind of... It's a realistic approach to it, because otherwise it kind of would have felt like, okay, so, I mean, it's nice, but it felt as if it's kind of going towards what you'd expect it to happen. Actually kind of subvert that, kind of tells you there and then that, yeah, you kind of see why. It's one of those things, it's not subverting for the sake of subverting it. It's not going, okay, I'm not going to do that for the sake of doing that. No, it feels as if it makes sense because of the way that Nita and Hina has as a relationship. It's actually kind of nice because you can see that she actually respects it and she doesn't want to get in the middle of it. It's one of those things, it's just, as I said beforehand, it's one of those ones that you can tell that because of this event, they will have a deep relationship by the end of the series, and even more so maybe without her being there. And I think it's actually one of those things that it possibly maybe begs the question, what would happen if she actually did join the family? What happens then? We don't know, but it's an interesting outlook, I'd say. I want to see a what if scenario, because it would be kind of neat, because it does seem as if I would want to see how the character dynamic changes with her being there, but we probably won't see it anytime soon, or probably won't ever see it ever. But it'll be a nice thing to kind of think about, I think. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this whole entire like episode leads to something greater, because it kind of seems as if it's going to. I think the episode kind of ends off on a note that kind of makes the show go to a better place for the future. And I think we're getting towards the final stretch of the series. We've got like 4 weeks to go until the end of the series, so I want to see how it kind of wraps up and how it kind of, in theory, just it does everything to actually kind of give us a good ending, because it's got too many things going on to actually kind of make it go as seem as if it's going to be like a cohesive ending, a very kind of closed off ending. I don't think it will be like that. I think it'll be like a very open-ended, maybe sequel kind of series, I think. But yeah, I mean, really, all in all, it's a fantastic episode. It was very funny as well, which I actually kind of needed, because god damn it, last week's episode was really freaking depressing. So to actually kind of have some happiness is really freaking needed, and I thought actually it was actually really nicely done. And just I really respect Phil for this one as well. Nita's now coming with the frog. he had an identity crisis at the end of the episode. He's like, oh god, who am I? He had an existential crisis at the end. Like, he's just like, who am I anymore? It happens somewhere else, if I remember correctly, as well. Like, they actually get a puppet. Like, there's actually 2 people in the end. I can't remember what show or film I saw that in, but I vaguely remember it. But yeah, it's not great. He's a good person. That's the problem. The main thing is, it's kind of depressing the fact he hasn't got anyone. Because he's actually a really freaking good person. He's not kind of what you expect. He's actually a lot better and actually kind of a lot nicer. And I actually quite like that. I respect that about him as a character. He's all round as an amazing person. I kind of want him to have a happy ending as well, because he deserves it, I think. Everyone deserves it, really. Hitomi deserves it as well, because she keeps on getting thrown into things. It's actually kind of depressing, because you're like, she doesn't deserve these things. She's just too good for this show. She's like too good. I don't know, but man, this show's good. This show is fantastic. So yeah, that has been me for today. So as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream on Twitch, then do leave a follow, because indeed it does something quite a bit. If you enjoyed what do here on YouTube, and you do want to leave a like, then leave a like, because indeed it does something quite a bit. If you enjoy what do here on YouTube, and you want to stay there a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does something quite a bit. But until tomorrow, with maybe some more Nocturne, I'm not too sure. I might do some more Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, or some Digital Devil Saga as well. Depends on how I'm feeling. Depends on whether or not I pass out in the meantime. But until then, I've been the driver, and I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.